Here we go.
Yep. What?
Oh, we're live. Hey guys, it's Maymay and my trusty sidekick.
Oh, Vinny's here.
I'd be like, "You ready? Yep. You ready? Yep."
All
That's all he
you
would
gotta do
say.
is say, go, I'm
Yep.
ready.
Yep. No, my bad. Okay. Today's project was a fun one. I really love this little project. I think it is super cute. You can put all kinds of stuff in here. Like, what? You tell me. Oreo cookies, a couple of Oreos would be cute.
Bag of M&M's.
A little M&M, fun size M&Ms.
Fun size. You want them 1 pound jars to go in there.
That won't fit in there. That won't fit in there. Okay.
It's the thought that counts.
Our Lonely Across the Miles.
This is what you do. You buy the pound bag and you just tape that thing to the front of it and you go.
Did I show this?
It's the thought that counts.
No,
I thought you want more M&Ms.
That's how you do it.
That's how I do it.
Oh, I know why. Okay, I know why I'd seen this card before. Because this is from Belinda Woolley. Woolley?
Yes.
Belinda Woolley. She sent us T-shirts, like a lot of T-shirts.
Oh, yeah.
Like
some Wildcat T-shirt.
There were some Wildcat T-shirts.
Kentucky
There were some
Wildcat
Southern
t-shirts.
Saying T-shirts. There was, I want to say there was 2 or 3 other T-shirts. And she sent us all those T-shirts, and it was super sweet. She says in her note that, let's see. I'm trying to see who this is. She has a client that owns a T-shirt company and made those designs, their original designs, and they're really cool. And there were too many of them. There were a lot. So we saved the card so I could say thank you to her, and we have taken those, and Vince took most of the Wildcat T-shirts. Most of them.
Indeed.
I think Thomas may take the pink one. We think, because there's a pink Wildcat shirt, and Thomas's favorite color is pink, and his favorite basketball team, I don't know. I think he might be becoming a Duke fan.
He ain't becoming
I'm
no
just saying.
Duke fan.
I'm
That's
just
Coach
saying.
Thomas. That ain't our Thomas.
So Thomas,
He ain't being swayed.
y'all want to hear the craziness of my life? And I might have shared this with y'all. I don't know. Thomas's girlfriend's name is Jenna. I don't think I've ever shared. Maybe I have shared that. Her name is Jenna. She's adorable. Her mother's name is Jennifer. Okay. Her daddy's name is Thomas. So you've got Thomas and Jennifer and Thomas and Jenna, and it gets slightly confusing. Last night I was trying to say something we call him coach for the most part, just so he can, because he was also their basketball coach. Now he's their youth minister. You know what he is? He's Thomas's triple threat. He's Thomas's my dad to you.
Exactly.
So he's Thomas's youth minister, Thomas's basketball coach, was his history teacher,
Yep.
and now his girlfriend's daddy. So last night I was talking to him, and he was talking to somebody. No, he was walking through the room, and I said, Thomas, and he didn't hear me. And I said, and I had to say his last name with it. I'm not going to share his last name because he might not want me to, but I had to say his last name. And I was like, now you listen to me, but we call Thomas so much. Everybody does.
Yep.
Because it's all the Thomases. So it was funny.
We have 4 Thomases in our church.
Is that including the Tom?
Yes, I think
So
so.
it's one of them we call Tom, but there's 4 Thomases. Okay, that's all I have for Across the Miles.
Jackie Holder said, please say it ain't so. No Duke. No, we ain't going for Duke.
Well, Coach is a big Duke fan, and I think that he may be.
Well, he went to school at Duke.
I think he may be swaying T-Man a little bit. Okay, where do we go first? What do y'all want to see first? You want to see the sneak peek of the project coming up Saturday? Y'all probably want to see that first. And there was something else I wanted to tell y'all about that's coming up, and I forgot what it is. I forgot. All right.
Jay Cox, 6-inch ribbon curls is a quote from the movie Elf.
6-inch ribbon curls. Here is the sneak peek for Saturday's video. I love this thing. Seriously, this is going to be on my kitchen counter. I may have to make 2 because I may have to leave one here at the shop. When you guys come in, you always like to see the projects in person. And so I really love whenever I walk up front and you guys are like picking up the projects and open them and looking at them. So I may have to make 2 and take one to my house, which, by the way, this is the easiest dude ever. So do you remember? I know you do because we do it all the time. This is my desk calendar turned mini album. Why? I'm so zoomed in. There we go. So this is my desk calendar turned mini album. You guys have seen this. We do this every month. We fill out the pages, right? So being inspired by how much I love that album, I decided to do a recipe album for you guys. it's not an album, it's a recipe stand for your counter. Okay, it stands up like this. I'm going to show you from the side as well, so you can see that it stands. I have tabs in here so I can see all my recipes. And watch, this magnet's closed. Okay, so that opens up. When you open this, look at this. Here's my appetizers. Oh, by the way, free PDFs. Free PDFs. You get a free PDF for the recipe card, and you get a free PDF for the ingredient sheet. I love the the instruction sheet, not ingredients. Your instruction sheet, because you never have enough room on a card to write all the instructions, and I wanted to give you a lot of space. So all of your little tabs fit in here. You have plenty of space. This space is left on purpose. You'll find out whenever you watch the video about that. And then let me show you this. Let's say you want to make this salad. I haven't written any of my recipes in yet. So say you want to make this salad. You stand this guy up, and instead of closing him, you turn this backwards, and just like our desk calendar, this magnet's inside. So now you can stand this up, and you can see your ingredients on the front side, which I know you guys can't see. But then once you've got all your ingredients ready, you flip this over, turn it around on your counter, and your instructions are there for you. I love this thing.
That's pretty sweet right there.
I love it. I'm telling y'all, making that desk calendar opened up a whole new world for me. And here was my thought. I originally was going to use this paper pack. And I told you guys I had a recipe project coming with this paper pack. I still am going to make one with this paper pack. I think I'm going to do it in August for you guys, because I think it'd be cool to do your fall recipes, your Thanksgiving recipes in this paper pack. Wouldn't that be pretty?
Am I going to need to see if I can get more of that paper then?
Y'all tell me. We had a lot and you guys picked it up. But I think this would be so pretty for like your Thanksgiving recipes. How cool would it be to make one of these for every holiday? Like, just think about that. Like all your Thanksgiving recipes are in here.
Oh, yeah.
All your Christmas are in there. All your Easter.
All your Vinnie's Vittles recipes.
All your Vinnie's Vittles recipes. Make one it'd be so cute, won't it? And they're so easy. And you will make these for gifts like crazy. Y'all know I easy craft. I don't do all that hard stuff, I just don't do all that hard stuff. This guy is so stinking easy. So Saturday you get part 1. And then Saturday we do most of the construction, and then on Tuesday you'll get part 2, so you can catch up to me. Part 2 we do the recipe cards and the decorating. Okay, so super fun. And by the way, I make this apron by hand, and I show you how to do it in the video. That apron is cute though, right? Like I want that apron. So there's your sneak peek for Saturday, what's coming up. And again, if you have this paper, don't worry. I'm going to make another one of those for my Thanksgiving recipes to go in that. And then what I love too about this, look, this takes up no more footprint than a good book. You know what I'm saying? So in your pantry or in your cabinet or wherever you keep your recipes, just slide this in like that. And you've got, just slide this one in and slide the next one in and slide the next one in, and you have all your seasons side by side. I love it. I cannot wait for you to see it. You're not gonna believe how easy it is.
Okay, so the next one you make, in my opinion, needs to be a Vinnie's Vittles one, and you need to make the apron a Vinnie's Vittles apron.
Well, I can do that.
That just came from Connie. Also, she thought that.
So it wasn't your idea.
Connie thought it was my idea to do one with all your Vinnie's Vittles recipes. She said it needed to have an apron on the front.
I think that'd be cute. We could do that. All your recipes. You have a lot of recipes now.
I got to tell y'all, the one we're doing this week,
that you just ate for lunch?
And
you know what's funny? Stuff. So do you want to tell them about it so I can tell them what's funny about it?
Yeah, it's a 5-ingredient recipe. We're doing those series right now. And this one is a Cajun smoked sausage Alfredo. I think I got all that out. But if you don't like Cajun spices, then you just leave out the Cajun spice. That didn't come out right.
What I want to tell you what's neat about it is, as with all pastas, they're better the next day. And he put it in the fridge, and he had it for lunch today, and he was like loving it. Okay. Do you guys remember when I did the nativity card, I told you I would try to find these, and I did find, they're waterproof and submersible. They're like wedding tea lights, and I really love them. And the way they work is they twist like this. And I told you I would try to find a link. I knew I could link you to Amazon because I know that's where they come from. So I linked you on Amazon for this in the description of that video. And then I told Vince, because I'm going to be doing a lot of projects. I've got a lantern project coming up. I'm itching to do it.
Itching.
You know it's going to be good.
It is.
I can't wait. I have a lantern project coming up that this guy's going to be these are super bright. Let me show you. I don't think I have the other tea light in here. Hey, if Jordan has that other tea light, I could use it to show the difference. But these are super bright because they're LED. I'm going to bring it up here without turning it on and let you see how it looks with the LED. So we found these to link, but then Vinny got looking and look what he found from one of our distributors. And my box has something on it. Okay, there are 12 in here, and they're the submersible tea lights, and the best part is they last 40 hours, okay? Now, I want to show you, when you get these home, here's what you do. I just want to get one out of here. This can be my pack. I haven't opened one of these packs yet. All right, when you take them out, they already have the battery and everything inside, but you need to twist this open. Whoa! I should not have just let it go. And there's a little black ring in here. You want to take that little black ring out. Maybe not. Mine still has its little black ring.
You got to take that white piece off, right?
What white piece?
That white piece.
No, it stays. It actually goes on here. Thank you. It actually goes like this, and that bounces down like that. I may be telling y'all wrong. I just realized something. I thought I had to take this little band out, but you may not have to. Let me look and see. So then, maybe you don't have to take that band off. What did I do wrong? Hold on a second. I just noticed that, oh, I see what you're saying. You have to make the batteries touch. Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, they won't connect if it won't give you a...
Yeah.
That thing's in there to, to keep the batteries from running down.
These are amber. That's even better. I'm so excited about that. Because the ones I had were blue. Does this say amber? Important. Screw unit apart to open. Remove battery saver tab before activating the light. So you don't have to take that little...
But you got to keep that black ring on there
to make it waterproof.
Yeah.
Y'all, these are amber. I'm so excited. Let me tell you why. I did not know that, but that's even better. Because the amber light looks more like candlelight. And I like that. Let me sit that down. What a happy accident.
Naoka says, whenever in doubt, just read the instructions.
Who reads instructions?
I know.
Naoka. Maymay's not an instruction
Laura
reader.
said, perhaps read the instructions.
Maymay doesn't read
Just
instructions. Kidding. I'm trying to help y'all without reading instructions too. Okay, so twist this back on. I didn't put that ring on right. There we go. Look at that. I'm so happy about that because look, the other one was white, but this one, are you kidding me? It looks like a flame. Can y'all see what it's doing?
Flickering.
Great job.
Thank you.
Super excited about that. I'm more excited about that one because this one is not very bright. See it? It does it, but it's not as bright. This one is much brighter. That's cool. I'm very happy about that. All right. But if you do want the white ones, one moment. I'm going to turn these off so I don't run batteries down. If you do want the white ones, the ones I linked for you on Amazon, one moment. Come like this. I ordered them too because I wanted to make sure. These are the ones I linked for you on Amazon. And so, oh, I already did this one. So this is the white one. Okay? So I wanted you to see I wanted you to be able to see that if you go back to my video where we did the nativity card, this is the one I linked. And every time I do the tea light situation, I'll link these two if you want the white ones. You might have a reason for it, but I like that amber glow because most of the stuff we do is candles.
All right. Well, those are in the store. I do not remember what they retail for.
Oh, I don't know either. Amanda can tell them. She just put them in today. All right. All right. The next thing we got in. So we got these in for a couple reasons. Number one, when I'm doing treat stuff, when I'm getting treat things ready, this is the kind of bag I like to use. But also, if you've been watching my gift wrapping top tips over on Product Parade, I use these for gift wrapping. And I have not filmed the top tip yet because I was waiting on these to come in. You can get these anywhere. But I have found that you guys like it when I have the product in store, when I can get it for you when I'm showing you, because then you don't have to guess. So I have some of these, and I love to gift wrap with them. But these are also food grade, because these are made for treats. I got glue on these somewhere, somehow. So these are made for food. So let's see. It's for decorative use only, not a toy. FDA approved, so you can use these for food. And that's one thing I like about them too, for your cookies and things like that. And also, I don't know if you've ever seen how you make the little fold-over treat bags. It's coming. I'll show you all that stuff. I got glue on that one. You know why? Because I squeezed that glue out and did not clean it up. That is why. And now I have it on my hands. Have it everywhere. And now the next thing. I feel like a traitor.
Well,
I'm going to tell you this story.
I ordered more of them.
I'm going to tell you what happened before I show you this, and then you'll know why I have it. And the reason I feel like a traitor. Okay. I have taught you guys how to make bows for years, okay? Because I think bow making is simple, and I do videos about it, and I think it is simple, and I think everybody should be able to pick it up, okay? Especially the way I do it, because it's easy. I teach you guys in a way that it's super easy. And also wreath making. I try to teach you wreath making super easy. Well, my mother is going through some issues with her hands where they are cramping. And the more she uses them, the worse the cramping gets. Sometimes she can go forever without any issue. Like, she can go weeks and no problem. And then all of a sudden her hands cramp and she can't use them. So she called me. She won't care if I share this with y'all. She called me one day and she said, hey, I'm going to make some wreaths. Tell me what I need to get. And I said, you know what? Go watch this video of mine and it'll give you all the dimensions, everything you need. So she went and watched the video and she went and purchased her product and she came home and was excited to make them. And I got a phone call from her and she was upset. And she said, I just can't do anything. I said, Mom, you've made wreaths before, you can do it. She said, it's not that. It's like, my hands will not let me make anything. And she was extremely frustrated. And she said, I'm just having a pity party. And I said, I understand, because I have to make, right? So I got to thinking about it. And I was like, you know what? If Mom had a bow maker, I could teach her how to make a wreath with a bow maker. And I could teach her how to make a bow with a bow maker, obviously. So I got to thinking. And here's the other thing about my mother. And y'all, this is just my mama, so you guys may not agree. My mama tells me she only likes to watch my tutorials. Not because it's me. Trust me, she gets tired of hearing my voice. But because she likes the way I teach. And so I know there's other people out there doing Bowdabra videos. These are Bowdabras. I know I've done some Bowdabra videos. But I've decided to help my mother. I'm going to use these Bowdabras to teach her how to make bows and to help her make wreaths with them. I have an idea to make wreath making much easier using the Bowdabra and to be able to accomplish it for her. So I've just been thinking about it for my mother. Now, let me say this. I've done no research. So there's probably people already out there doing what I'm talking about doing, but I don't have time to research anymore. So I just started thinking how I could help Mama. So I don't have time for research.
She literally don't.
I just have to think and go. I'm also behind the curve on a lot of things because I don't have time to research anymore. So this is the mini Bowdabra. Okay, so this is the one for hair bows and things like that, but I thought it'd be great for gift wrapping. My mother loves to do beautiful gift wrapping, and I thought she would enjoy this. Okay, so this is the mini, and I've had these before. I've shown these, and I've told y'all to buy them at Walmart before, because they get them at Walmart too. But I'm going to do some videos on my product parade channel showing how to use this. So I wanted to have these in stock for you guys. So not only do I have the mini in, I also have the large. We'll get there in a second. But we also went ahead and got for you guys, this is the bow wire that they use. You don't have to use this bow wire. You can use regular wire. But what I like about it is I think it'd be good for my mom because it's threaded, coated.
I don't know what you're looking for there.
See how it's got like texture on it? I think it will help her hands because she'll be able to grip and be able to pull it better when she's tying it. But I'm also going to show her how to do it with zip ties. I'll show y'all too. Listen, I told Vince today, I said, everybody's going to get tired of this because these videos are for Mama. Like this, but I know if it's for Mama, it also helps somebody out there that has the same problem, right? So we ended up getting in store the 50 feet rolls. Did I not get the gold of the small?
I thought we ordered it.
Maybe it just didn't come in yet. The 50 feet roll of the silver. I also got in the 100-yard roll of the silver. Okay. And then we got the gold in. Honestly, you won't see the middle. So whichever one you get won't matter. You won't see that once you tie the bow. So I will not be doing a video today on this, but I will be doing these videos on my Product Parade channel. Now, some of you may not know what Product Parade is. So let me just take just a second to tell you. Okay. I have a second channel that is where we put product themed things, top tips. Brenda does her videos over there. Sometimes I'll do some over there. We're going to have some other people doing stuff over there. The reason for that is you guys asked me to keep those things separate from my tutorials. So this channel's for tutorials and Thursday shows, and then that channel is for things like this. So you'll see it. You'll see that stuff over there. This is the mini Bowdabra. It comes with your instructions. I actually have a video on this on my channel already, on my regular channel. So you can go check that out. But here's your instructions. And in the instructions, you'll see that it shows you, oh, this is not our language. Here we go. This is our language. You'll see the different bow styles you can do. It shows you how to use it, all that good stuff. But I'm going to show you, and I think this will help my mama. Is that selfish of me? Y'all know.
But it's not going to help just your mom. There's a lot of folks that have hand issues.
I just was in the car after that phone call with her, and I was sitting there thinking, crafting means so much to me. And if I couldn't do it, how would I feel? If I couldn't do something, it doesn't have to be intricate paper designs. I just need to always be making something.
Seems like somebody reminded you of that.
So I said to myself, we need to figure this out. So there's the mini. Let's look at the big one.
The big one.
The big door.
The one thing about that big one I'm not sure about is how in the Sam Hill are we going to ship it?
That's for you to figure out.
Yeah, I know. I was afraid of that.
So we have a bigger book here. Oh, there's some gold thin. It comes with it. And then, oh, this one has a DVD. No, it's a CD. No, it's a DVD. I was right.
Oh, goodness help us.
Did you eat pasta and now you're sleepy?
Yeah, I need a nap.
Vanny had
That's called going to bed at
carbs.
2 o'clock in the morning.
He did. You want to tell him why while I open this?
My sweet daddy came home from church last night and decided to water his grass in the dark. And he went outside and he turned the water hose on his sprinkler, and the sprinkler was facing him. So he started getting wet.
Well, he tripped on the cord.
As he ran away from the water so that he wouldn't get wet, he tripped over the hose pipe and face first onto his concrete driveway.
When we say face first, you need to understand.
Literally face first.
First. His face, God love him. Listen, we were at dinner after church, and Josh called us because Josh was at their house. And he said, Dad, Granddad's taking a fall.
But he said, everybody's okay.
But I tried to teach my children that's how you start.
Oh man!
But he told him, he said he's taking a fall, and he's sitting down and all this, and he wasn't panicky. Josh isn't going to really panic. He's not a panicker. So Vince was like, Dad's taking a fall. He's like, we need to head over there after we get done. Well, I just felt uneasy, so like, let's go. So we left. We walk in the door and he's sitting there. And as soon as we walk in, Vince and I both go, yeah, we got to go to the emergency room. Because Josh said, well, he's cut his head.
I mean, he has a spot across his forehead that's about an inch thick that goes all the way across. And then another little spot at the top of his head. And his nose was busted all the way down the front. And he had a big spot on his lip right there. But it was, long story short, we got to the emergency room. They did CAT scans on his head. There was no internal damage, none of that kind of stuff, which I don't have any idea how he didn't. Just the Lord's protection, I guess. But no internal bleeding. He's has to take a blood thinner, so we were worried about internal bleeding from where the concrete smacked him on the head. But long story short, he's fine. Just got some abrasions on his face and nose.
When he says abrasions, it's bad. It's pretty bad. But the thing that scared me was, honestly, had your mother not said this, I would have felt like it was superficial, because you could tell it didn't go deep or anything. But when she said, I heard it, I was like, yeah, we got to go have this checked out.
Yeah, I was afraid he might have a concussion, or that that he might have some internal bleeding, because you're on a blood thinner. You bleed horrible anyway if something happens.
He actually, Josh said, well, to hear, poor Josh, because he said, y'all may not want to hear this story. It may be sad. I don't know. But he said, Meemaw was running in the house and I knew something was wrong. Or either she ran in to get Josh.
Yep.
And she ran in and it scared him. And he went out there and Granddad was already standing. He'd gotten himself up. But Meemaw was going to get Josh to get Granddad up. And he'd already gotten himself up, but Josh said, he was telling me and Taylor about it. We went in the waiting room at the emergency room, and he was telling us, and he said, y'all, it was like a crime scene. He was like, it was just so much blood. And he said, so we all panicked until we got him washed off. And he's like, because, your face bleeds like your ears, it bleeds.
Well, and him being on blood thinner, it made it 10 times worse.
I felt sorry for Josh.
So,
but this morning, Josh is in a better place. You've probably talked to your dad. I haven't talked to anybody.
Yes, I checked on him this morning.
And y'all just remember him. And the sad thing is, Meemaw did this too not long ago. She fell, this years ago she fell, but busted her face too. So at least she knows how to help him heal.
Yep. So anyway, he's fine, but we were at the emergency room quite late last night, so I apologize if I yawn, even though I do yawn all the time anyway. But, I do have a legitimate excuse.
All I know is this. They would only let 2 people go back. So Vince, his mama, and his daddy went back to the emergency room. Me, Josh, and Taylor, and our pastor and his grandson. And was that everybody that came up? I think it was. We go and we travel in a big crowd.
Yep.
They were all sitting in there, and the pastor prayed with us and left. And then it was me and Josh and Taylor in the emergency room. And I was like, I said, have they taken him back yet? And Vince is like, no, y'all should go home. We literally live 4 minutes from the hospital. We don't live very far from the hospital. So I was like, look, I'm going to let them take me home because we couldn't go back and we were just sitting out there. And so I'm going to let them take me home. And if anything changes, I'm 4 minutes. I'll be right back. So I go home and I checked and you finally said the scan had happened and all this. So I fall asleep on the couch. And the next thing I know, it's 2:00 in the morning and we're going to bed.
Yeah, it was late.
I don't know what time you got in. So it was late.
I got home about 12:30, I guess. But I was so wound up, I had to watch TV and
just keep them in your prayers.
Just kind of chill out again.
So this comes with a DVD. That's awesome. I'm actually going to watch that so I can learn it inside and out. I know the basics and I've used it, but I want to know it really well before I start showing y'all. Here's the instruction pack you get. This is the actual Bowdabra. And I got to tell y'all something. The one I used to own, which I did videos with, so funny. It was on clearance at Walmart, so I bought it because it was super cheap and I wanted to see how it worked. But it was broken, and so I had to finagle it to use it. I still did. I used it. But I really like these. And the thing I do like about this is I was talking to Shannon. Shannon, that's our social media, or not, she's our social media manager. She also does our chat. By the way, y'all may not know this, but she has a degree in design, interior design. Mm-hmm. That's her degree. So we were talking about bow making, and I was talking about this one, and she says she has the one that has the wood poles in it, which y'all have seen. They have the wood dowels in it. She said, but I don't like it because the dowels wiggle and move because you need something to hold the pressure. And she said she doesn't love that one. So I was telling her she'd probably love this one because this one stays pretty good and tight on you. So when you're using it. So anyway, we'll learn more about that. Those are in store now. Also, look, they made this little garland with it. That's super cute. All kinds of stuff.
But thanks everybody for your prayers for Dad. He continues to get better, and he's 84, so stuff starts happening.
Look, people trip over stuff at any age.
You wouldn't never believe he's 84 if you saw him. But
no. All right. The only other thing we wanted to talk about was Friday is the cutoff. Is that the 19th? It's Friday the 19th? It's Friday the 19th?
Sorry. Yes, ma'am. Friday's the 19th.
That is the last day to sign up for Craft Acropolis and get your t-shirt. Okay? You'll be able to sign up afterwards, but you won't get the t-shirt. The t-shirt has to be ordered Friday. And we finished designing it yesterday, and I think it's fun. It's basically the logo, but there's something above it that's cute. I don't want to tell y'all yet. I want you to see when you get there because I think it's cute. Y'all know how I am about stuff. I'm kind of cheesy. But if you don't know about it, if you don't know about Craft Acropolis, this is our crop event. It's actually a crafty crappie event that we're having here in Clanton, or not here, but in Clanton, in our local area. And it's on August the 15th through 17th, which is next month. It's sneaking up on us. And there are 3 classes being taught at the event. So you can take a class with me where we're going to do as many cards and tags as we can get from one paper pack. You can do a shadow box and mini album with Brenda, or you can do the Prompted Memories album with Lisa. I don't know what's going on. He's laughing about something. Or you can do the Prompted Memories album with Lisa. And tickets are on sale now, but classes are filling up. So you need to go on and grab yours. Do it before the 19th. Don't miss the t-shirt. It's super cute. And I won't be able to order them later because of minimum quantities, which I didn't think about this. Amanda reminded me. We have a minimum order, and if I try to order just a few later, it'll cost so much more we can't do it. So get in and get the t-shirt. It's going to be cute.
Okay.
Are
you
you
said
ready?
you wanted to name your curl. So this person said you should name it Paul McCartney because of wings.
What is the deal with it? I have to tell y'all, I came into work today and Amber's like, your hair's looking good. Y'all, I'm not kidding. So I have been going through, how do I share this without sounding like
too tired?
it's 3:00 in the morning for Vince? For the rest of us, it's not. How do I share this without sounding crazy?
Just share it. They
Okay.
already know you're crazy.
I used to do hair for a living. Okay, so I cut hair. That's what I did for a living. So I'm never happy when someone cuts my hair. It's never what I want. Well, I take that back. There's one person who can cut my hair like I like it, and no one else ever can. No one can. But I let other people cut it because I don't want to drive to where she is. I'm not going to call her name because I don't want to put pressure on her, but I don't want to drive to where she is, so I let other people do it. Well, I decided if Vince could just cut the length, I could do the rest. And he did fine. He cut the length. It was no big deal. He just did the little snips, so I was working on the rest. Well, I got to cutting. And I got to cutting, and the next day I cut, and the next day I cut, and I kept going, why am I doing this? And it became a thing. Like, it became
every morning ritual.
it became a tick. Do you understand what I'm saying? It became a obsession that I had to do. Listen, I'm not making this up. I would fix my hair, and I would have to get my scissors out and cut something. I'm not exaggerating this. So I went, this has to stop. This is a problem. I'm not going to have any hair left because I'm just going to keep cutting and keep cutting. I've never done this before. This has never happened to me before, ever. I'm not obsessive. I'm not like that. Really, I'm not.
No.
So I came to work and I started telling the girls about it. Just kind of, I was a little embarrassed of it. So I didn't tell everybody out, but like everybody would go, did you get your hair cut again? Because it was getting bad. Okay. This was before the cruise. So one day I was standing with Mandy in the hallway and she said, have you cut your hair again? And I said, it's a problem. And she's like, what? And I said, I cannot stop. And it wasn't like I have to cut my hair. It was like, this piece is wrong and this piece is wrong. And I just keep cutting it. And so Mandy's like, you're going to have to keep your hands out of it. And then I realized people are noticing it's an issue, and it is an issue, right? So I took my scissors out of my drawer. This is what I thought. At least I'll get them out of here. I thought if they're not in here, I won't touch them. So I took them out of my drawer, and they were in the living. They're not in the living room. They were in the kitchen where I couldn't get to them. So I stopped touching them. I stopped messing with them, and things got better. But then, because I had cut it so poorly, as things started to grow, it got bad again. And I'm like, okay, you're fine. You're not having an issue with this. You just need to clean some stuff up. You're fine. Brought my scissors back in. And now I feel guilty when I do what I always did for maintenance. Now I'm like, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. So this is my plan.
You need to take a Maymay day.
I'm going to let it grow a little bit longer, and I'm going to go to my hairstylist. I'm going to drive to my hairstylist. She's an hour away, and I'm going to go fix my hair. I'm going to have her fix it, and then I'm going to try to keep my hands out except for my bangs. I have always trimmed my bangs.
Always.
But I'm a little concerned that I'm telling you, I've never had this happen to me before, ever. So I'm being very transparent with you guys because it really did become a sensitivity for me. And listen, to the point, this is how bad it got. I would make sure I wasn't cutting my hair if Vince came in the bathroom. I don't really care. I don't really care normally. He'll come in and go, getting a haircut? Because he knows, like, I cut my own bangs and I do all
Trimming
this.
all the time.
Doesn't bother him. Not all the time, though, honestly. Not all the time. But lately, and it would get to the point where I would hide the hair. And I'm like, we got to get a handle on this.
Yeah, if he were doing all that, yeah, you need to grab it.
Which I did not tell you. I'm not confiding that in you because you'd be like, give me the scissors. And I don't want to give you my scissors. So anyway, if y'all have seen my hair go through some really craziness lately, and it has, especially like up in this area, it was really bad, but it's starting to kind of lay down again. So just know, I don't know what happened. I don't know if it was just a thing. I don't know. I've never had that happen to me before. I feel like I have put it aside, but I'm not sure. I think I just need to get to Michelle. Oh, I said her name, but that's okay. She knows who she is. I think I just need to get to Michelle. Y'all, yeah, I just need to get to Michelle and go, all right, straighten me out and keep my hands out of it. And then I just need to allow myself a day, a quarter to go get my hair cut. So anyway, I don't know. It's just weird. I've never had that happen to me before. And so I just wanted to get a handle of it, get a hold of it. So there we go. Were those scissors that were supposed to be in your wrapping paper container? No, but isn't that funny? When I was doing my wrapping paper top tip, my scissors weren't in there. And the thing I love is that I always have my scissors in there, and they weren't there. I think I took them out for, so I don't think I've told y'all, but in my bedroom, I added a counter for crafting, just a little counter for like if I'm doing my children's church stuff or if I want to film at home. It's too hard to film at home because it's so dark in my room. I need to get some lights and then I could do it, but it's so dark. But
no, you don't need to film at home.
So
you need a break.
I think I moved those scissors over to that container and didn't think about it. So is that what it is, Cindy?
I thought you weren't looking at comments today.
I like to when we're through. Is that it? That would make a lot of sense.
You ain't going through the change.
I'm to that age. I'm way to that age.
Well, you might be to the age, but you ain't had no other symptoms.
Well, yeah, but symptoms sneak up on you in that. I think I have been. I need to find out. Anyway.
And you're still a little young for it, too.
No. Mama went through it young.
Oh, well. Mercy.
I wonder if that's what it is. That's so interesting. It could be that. And I have an aunt, my Aunt Judy, who I love dearly, but she used to tell me, and I realized what I was doing. She used to say, and it used to freak me out because I would never have done this, but she's like, when I fix I'll tell you how I found out. She had a pair of scissors in her cruise suitcase, in her little carry-on, and we went to get on a cruise boat one time, and they took them from her because she couldn't take the scissors on, and she was devastated. She said, what am I going to do? And I said, well, what do you use them for? She said, when I fix my hair, if a hair's not doing right and I don't like it, I just cut it off. And I'm like, what? She said, yeah, if a curl flips out, so like if her was doing this, she just cut them off. I was like, am I doing that? That's what I was afraid of. So you guys are sweet. Thank you for all your sweet comments. I see them and you are very sweet. But, when you realize you're doing something like that, it could be menopause. It does strange things. Yeah, it could be. There's
Linda
no test for menopause.
One said she started at 45. One said she started at 31.
Look, though.
So, I guess it could happen.
Donna Joe says there's no test for menopause, just an accumulation of symptoms. How fun does that sound? Oh, gosh. I think I've been having some flashes. I don't really know, and they've been very few and far between, and they've only been overnight, so I don't guess we need to talk about all my issues here today, but anyway.
Natalie says hers started at 30. Now she's 51, and it still ain't over.
My poor mama, she dealt with it for a long, long time. Okay, wait. I saw some crafty questions, and we need to ask those. I need to get off of my group therapy with you guys.
Yeah, we're going to need to let that ride, I think.
I'm going to need to get some group therapy in private, I suppose. Oh, my gosh. Read Debbie Shaw's comment.
Which one?
Oh, my gosh. She said, I once trimmed my bangs with an electric trimmer and took out half my eyebrow. The good thing about that is you can draw an eyebrow on until it grows back.
No filming in the bedroom. Take all that craft out of the bedroom. That's what Anastasia said.
What? Anastasia, come on now.
No, get that stuff out of the bedroom.
There were crafty questions. Scroll back. I saw at least one.
Let's just say goodbye. It's late.
It's not late. We're actually extremely early, and I'm going back to find the questions.
Oh.
Let's see. You guys are sweet. Now I get to see all these. Where did that question go?
Okay, for all of you that love the gingham paper for all the seasons, we ordered the dots and stripes for all the seasons today. So it should be in next week.
I think the question was about gingham. Here it is. All right. Sherry says, can you please let me know what paper pack did you get the red gingham? Yes, I can. It's right here. This one. I love these. Okay. Echo Park, I love you. But look, Dots and Stripes, but it's the gingham version of Dots and Stripes because it's stripes made into, okay. So this is one of the colors ways, but it comes in, and I just leave these little things in here. It comes in autumn.
Comes in the 4 seasons.
The 4 seasons. And do we have the 4 seasons?
Yes.
Okay, and then today he ordered the actual Dots and Stripes version of this in the 4 seasons. Because I'm going to tell you something. This has become a staple. I keep this right beside my desk because, again, I told y'all, and I can really make a point of this in this project because you'll see what I mean now. I told y'all, to me, these are solids. This is a solid red and a solid gray. Like, I use it. I know it has a pattern. That's not what I mean. It's interchangeable for me as a solid paper. Like if I want red, I don't have to put red. I can put red gingham and I can put gray gingham and get the same feel as a solid. So I think it just ups. I just think it makes everything cuter. This would be cute with just solid red and solid black, but it's really, really cute like that. So, all right, let me see. Were there any more questions?
That's a new one. I haven't heard that. Laura said that her client says I sound like Jeff Foxworthy.
That's the first.
I hadn't heard that one before. I mean, I may be redneck enough. That could be it.
What's the newest product I'm itching to play with? It's not, you mean what I was talking about a while ago? It's not a product, it's a project. Is that what you're talking about? Are you asking me what's coming out that I want to get my hands on? I tell y'all what I want to spend more time on that I haven't had time is the foil quill. I haven't had any time, and I've got an idea that I can give you guys some stuff you can use for Christmas.
They asked what paper pack you're using for the recipe book on Saturday.
I use that 'Tis the Season. I'm hooked on it. And let me show you why. It's 'Tis the Season for one reason. So Shannon and I were looking at paper packs, and she said, "Oh, this says baked with much love." And I went, "What?" This paper pack had this sticker in it. This is a sticker that I turned into the little closure. There's a magnet on this side, and then there's a magnet, inside the paper here. This is a sticker, and I did this whole thing because of this. And then I wanted an apron, so I made that. But that's the only thing that talks about being baked with anything. But y'all know these are my colors, and this is gonna look so cute on my kitchen counter.
Oh yeah.
But these are my colors. I may just make another one for the shop in a different set of colors. But yeah, love that 'Tis the Season paper. Honestly,
Excuse me.
until the new stuff hits, there is new Christmas paper coming though, so y'all don't overbuy yet. This one
Yeah, all
happens
the
to be
new Christmas papers start shipping in August.
This one happened to be one of those vintagey packs we were able to get. When I say vintage, it was like last season or the season before, and we were able to get some more in so I could have paper for Christmas in July. That was the truth of the matter. I didn't have any paper here Christmassy, and everything doesn't release until like August and September, so that makes it kind of hard for us to bring in new paper. So don't over bulk up on this because there's new stuff coming you're going to want, but get it if you like. I mean, it's classic. It doesn't go out of style. Do y'all want me to flip through it?
Look, no, it's on Saturday.
I know, but the paper.
You've already showed them that album 10 times. Not album, the paper pack. Because you love it.
You know what this says? Read
No.
it. This is my salad tab.
I tried to eat salad all year, I promise.
It says, "Dear Santa, I tried to eat salad all year, I promise." But it's not for salad. It's for like pasta salad, congealed salad,
Yeah.
fruit salad. And then that little tab right there. That's the name of the paper pack. 'Tis the Season. And then this
Yeah,
little tab.
Karen's right. Somebody needs to put out a camo paper pack.
I forgot to tell y'all something. Hold on a momento. I also used a stamp set with this. You're going to want this. Go ahead and get it now. I don't know how many we have in stock. What's cooking?
I don't have any idea.
This is a vintage Maymay set. I made this back in the day, okay? And so this little section up here, I used in here to make the tabs. So appetizers, salads, main, side dishes, desserts. That came from here, all the little words, okay? And then I used the apron. Which tab did I use it on? I think side dishes. Yeah. I used the apron in one of the little cut-aparts from the paper pack. And I used the word yummy right here 3 times. So you might want to pick that up too. Mostly for this right here. Also, I teach you guys how to make these tabs that look like this using your tab punch board. They actually fold over. I show you how to do that. I don't know if someone else has done that, but it kind of clicked to me the other day and I went, duh. So lots of tips and tricks in this video. And it is Saturday at noon on my main channel on Maymay Made It. And then part 2 is Tuesday at noon. Sweet dreams, Vinny.
Yeah, I'm not taking a nap, y'all. I love you, but I just don't do that.
They just done that.
Vinny doesn't get to do that kind of thing.
You know, Mom Varden, Heidi, I may have to do that. We talked about that this year, that I was like, I don't got no paper. But if Vince can do what he did this year, I prefer that because it's interesting because these paper packs that we were able to purchase were ones I'd never had before anyway. We didn't have them, so it was kind of fun.
Yep.
Okay, I'm glad you mentioned that, Heather, because here's the thing. So this is a, like I said, vintage Maymay set, and I want to ask y'all a question. So whenever I say I want to retire a stamp set, people get a little nervous, and they don't want me to retire them. And you know I'm still fairly new stamping company. You think I'm not, but I'm still learning all this stuff. My issue, here's what I think is why people will retire things. I should ask somebody, but here's what I'm thinking. Because things go out of style. Does this make sense? When I made this stamp set, the font and everything was kind of the rage. I'd really like to redo this in more modern styles, but I don't need this hanging on the shelf in 3 different versions. Does this make sense? Because I was making this and I thought, man, I want to do this. I want to do this, all the new trendy stuff. But if I do, I'm afraid you guys will get upset with me for retiring things. So something that was mentioned by Amber, actually, I think this is a good idea. She said, what if we did a Maymay Vault? And twice a year, we allow pre-sales of the Maymay Vault stamps. This would be different than, it wouldn't be pre-selling like through our store. It could be, we could figure that out. But we could even do it where we just accept orders. You know what I'm saying? So that way, if you want it, we'd have it. And if you didn't want it, we wouldn't bulk up and have them just sitting on the shelf. But I could pull some things from the shelf and I could redo them in a modern style. Now, here's what that also means. If you're in the club, see, for me, from what I can tell, y'all have to tell me, I like to get your advice on this stuff. From what I can tell, people join the club and then they drop off after a while, which I get. You kind of go and come into the club. You know what I'm saying? But if you're in the club today, you want modern, trendy stamp sets, even though I released this 3 years ago to club members. Does that make sense? So I'm like, how would you guys, a lot of you guys would be fine with it because most of you guys have most of my stamp sets, right? But if we put them into the vault, they wouldn't be gone. You just need to know, say we did it we'd pick 2 months in the year. And we'd need to do it in not busy times of the year, so it would be something we could focus on. Do you agree?
Mm-hmm.
So what are the not busy times? Like,
well, I mean,
January is a good month. We're typically not extremely busy in January and May. So we could do like January Vault, May Vault. And we could bring them back. I think there's probably 10 or 15 stamp sets we could put into the vault, maybe more. And then I could bring out the new version of it. Like, for example, this is a great example of that. What's another good example of it? I'm trying to think. Yes, a club member can order. Right now, every stamp set we've ever made except for one is on the shelf. We even brought back Mr. Big Ears. Well, you're saying Shake It.
Shake It's not there, and then the Spanish set.
And the Spanish set is not there, which I'm really excited because I think this is going to happen. So many of you are asking me to do other language stamp sets, and I can't. I'll tell you why we can't. Because Mandy and I are just 2 people, and you can't imagine the amount of work that goes into designing a stamp set. You think it's nothing. You think it's just a 4x6 little piece, but it's not. Every single part that goes onto a stamp set has to work with something else and make sense with this, and everything has to blend.
Very integral.
It is. And we, even to the point that what I need to do is when we're not doing a club sets are the ones I can't show y'all ahead of time. And also Christmas and July, you guys like for those to be surprises. But what even happens is when we're designing a stamp set, Mandy will even go, okay, I'll go back and look at our other sets and make sure all of these pieces are going to work with all those other sets, or make sure we haven't used that in some way. And that's another thing. For example, sayings like thinking of you. I have done thinking of you on stamp sets, but now there's so many other ways to use it that are trendier, and you want your cards to stick on trend, you know, that I think it would be a good idea to do the vault and then bring out the what is it called? The 2.0 versions.
Mm-hmm.
I just think it'd be fun. So, Kathy, this one redone would be super fun because I have a lot of ideas. This was when I was so young into graphic design and so young into stamp making. Now, I love this, and this one was a pain to make. It was a pain because all of these little pieces all of the words had to size together in such a way that you could make an actual recipe card out of it. This one was tough to do, but I would like to see it do that. Let's see. What are people saying? This one set is the only one you don't have. Yeah, February. Okay, so she's saying February's better because January they're recovering. Oh, yay, Tammy. I don't have time to breathe.
Yeah.
But I thought about this the other day, and people say, you need to take time for yourself and take time for yourself. I'm so blessed that I get to do what I like to do. I cannot tell you how much this has been in my brain lately. God keeps reminding me how blessed I am because I can't tell y'all how many years. Like, somebody said this to me the other day, and you can speak to this, Vince, because it's true. I'm a hard worker. I don't care what I do. I don't care. When I did hair, I worked all the time. When I was working the apartment business, not all the time, but if I worked, and I did the best I could possibly do. And so I've always been a worker. That's just who I am. I think my dad raised me that way. So the best part is, like, Vince will go, at home, are you working? I am, but I'm not. Like, it's fun for me. I'm always figuring out the next thing to do, but it's fun for me. Does that make sense? Like, you speak to it.
Well, I mean, you enjoy working. So, I mean, to you, it's not always work. To me, when I leave, I want to leave. I want to put it down. And you feel that way about me, because I remember when I was in the insurance business, when I'd get home and all my agents would be calling me, you would go, it's after 5 o'clock. You say that to me.
That was different.
Now when it's midnight and I go, it's midnight, you can quit working.
I'm not that bad anymore.
Yeah, well.
Let's be honest. Be honest. I have a lot of help now. When you
Now Oka said you could do a companion set for some of the old ones.
I thought about companion sets. Y'all give me your opinion of that. I thought about that because I feel sometimes that people think companion sets are an excuse to make more money. Have y'all ever thought about that? Is that just me? Because sometimes I'll go, because some people will say to me, well, if I don't have that set, I can't use that set. So a companion set makes me spend twice as much. So in order to keep that from happening, I would want to make the companion set kind of a standalone set also. And then I'm back to the same problem of I don't have the space to put everything on the shelves for everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I was telling y'all something. What was it? Oh, I'm not that way anymore, and I'll tell you why. And we had this discussion the other day. Are you shocked by how many employees it takes to do what I was doing?
What we were doing.
Mm-hmm. Even before you came on, though. Because before you came on, if it was, in Maymay, if it was done, I did it. And now, all those tasks I did, we have employees for, which is amazing. And I'm very blessed, and I'm very aware of it.
But we still don't have any time.
Well, we have more than we did before.
I have more time. You don't.
But that is my fault. I do have time. It's just here's the deal. When we get off work, you do your hobby, which is good. Somebody, who was it, came in yesterday and said that I needed to start hunting with you to spend time with you. And I said, well, I can argue that by saying we work together.
We're together just about 24 hours a day.
So when we leave work,
other than the 3 or 4 hours I get away before dark.
Because people they don't understand. We live a different life than we used to. Where before, in the morning, it was, have a great day, hugs and kisses, and we split up. And then when we got back together, we wanted to be together all night long because we were apart all day long. But it's different now because not only am I always with Vince in the daytime, I'm with Josh and Thomas now too. We're here together. So when we leave at night, that's kind of where we separate. And we don't really, like, Vince does his thing and I do mine, but you only do your thing till dark, and then we're back together again. But my kids are growing up. They don't need me as much, and I'm filling my time with stuff I enjoy doing. That's what happened with Couture. That's what happened. I fill my time with stuff I like. So
yep.
All this comes from me saying, yes, I'm super busy, but I love it. I don't think I'm over busy. Now, there are times when I get over busy and I have to dial stuff back. There are times, but I don't think I'm over busy. So I know, Viola, we're so blessed Like, I cannot even. I literally, when I'm here by myself, especially because when everybody's here, we're so busy in the shop, everybody's running around. When I'm at the store by myself, I walk in the door and go, I cannot believe this is what I get to do for a living. I cannot believe God put this in my lap
God
because it's my
certainly has
dream.
blessed us.
It's a dream I never had because I didn't know it could happen. Does this make sense? Like, I did not even know this was an opportunity to be able to do this. And people will say, like, a lot of my friends have full ranges of product and they have, all kinds of stuff that they're developing all the time and stuff like that. But that's never been my dream. My dream has always been to support my family doing what I love. Like, and not that I'm taking the support from Vince. I want to be able to say it like this. I've always wanted to be able to do something I love for a living and do my part. And if it's me and Vince both doing it, I just want the business to support our family. That's it. Mm-hmm. And the blessing has been, I'm totally on the blessings. Blessing has been, we're able to help Amanda, Amber, Shannon, Jordan, Josh, Thomas, Mandy. And guess what? Did I tell them already?
You haven't told them.
Should I tell them?
They don't matter. Lacey's
coming back. Y'all remember Lacey? So Lacey, had a sweet baby, Mr. Traden, and, now the babies are getting older where she can come back to work, and she's coming back. Not in the same capacity. She's coming back to help in the graphics department because I think I can train her to do that, and she's really, really brilliant. And so Lacey's coming back Monday. The whole team is so excited.
Oh, yeah, we're thrilled.
We were like, I was walking around. I said, I've got some news for y'all. They're like, what? I'm like, Lacey's coming back. They're like, yes, we're all excited. It's like the family's back together again, or at least one of them. All we need now is for Jeremy to come back.
He ain't coming back.
He ain't coming back. He messes me every week. Even last night, he goes to church with me. So last night he was teasing me pretty good. So
yeah, every time he comes in and sees what the store looks like, he's like,
"I'm so glad I'm not here anymore." That's what he said.
Yeah, he gets to shaking that.
I told him
head.
the other day. I said, "Jeremy, you would hate me." I said, one product came in, Jeremy would have quit. You know what product it was?
Which one?
Stopper toppers. He'd have quit over stopper toppers.
Yeah.
He'd have quit.
Yeah.
If you have to pack those and get them right and make sure you're getting the right pendant and the right this and the right that, he would have quit. This is a good question. Mary said, I don't know the story. Did you start out with a store or online? Tell the story, or tell the part you want to answer that question. I didn't even tell Amanda, and it's her daughter-in-law.
In a nutshell, we lost everything we owned in a house fire. Maymay was pulling her hair out, trying to get everything back together, and she asked for some space to be able to film videos because it was something she wanted to try. So she used a 4x6 closet in the apartment we were living in while they rebuilt our house to start filming videos for YouTube. And then came along the stamp sets, and we had them in an Etsy store online. And then we decided to do some of Maymay's favorite things in a wholesale type situation. And so we started in 2015, we started building the website. And then in 2016, January the 1st, the website went live with Maymay's favorite things. And it's just grown to what it is today from there. Is that?
Yeah. The thing that was so interesting, like where it actually started, was I ended up getting to take the laptop. Do you remember this? Like, you had the laptop for work and you had to upgrade. This is the truth. You had to upgrade for the software. So you had to get a new laptop. So I got your dad's hand-me-down ThinkPad, IBM ThinkPad.
Yeah.
Remember? That thing was a brick, right? And I got it. And I started watching YouTube. I had never really watched it before, but somehow I got into YouTube. This is before our house fire. And I would watch people like Christina, Jennifer McGuire. I would watch all the OGs, right? Lindsay Wyrick. I would watch all of them. And My Pink Stamper, Robin. All those folks I would watch. And I remember saying to Vince, I think I can do this. I've worked in crafting and I've taught crafting and stuff like that forever. But I was like, I think I can do this. So I kept showing him little snippets. But you know how it is. He's not into that, so he's not going to sit down and watch videos and stuff. But I would show him snippets, and he was gracious, and he would go, that's good. You need to know something, too. My personality, I've tried everything under the sun. Like, it was not his fault that he was kind of like, Yeah. How much is this going to cost me? Because because I had tried everything under the sun. Let's be honest.
That was literally the mindset.
And so I decided this. I was going to buy a stamp set, and I was going to show him how it works. And so I started buying. I think I didn't do close to my heart then. I bought some. I don't remember who I bought them from. But I bought some stamp sets. Brought them home because I used to do woodblock stamping back in the day, right? And I brought them home and I started playing and making stuff with them. And he still didn't get it. And so one night we were in the house with our friends and I said, look, this is what I want to do. And I was showing him and he was kind of understanding the purpose of it, but he thought no one does this. That's what he thought, although I knew different. So it wasn't a month or two the house burned down. Not a month or two later. And so all my crap, everything, we lost everything. And so while we were in that apartment, the funny thing is I tell people is we moved to that apartment. We didn't have anything. We were renting furniture. We had the clothes that we had been buying up, the dishes and things we've been buying up a little bit here and there. And so we didn't have, no closets were filled. There was no junk. So I said, hey, Vinny boy, I said, that closet in the hallway that's a 4x6 closet, can I have it and turn it into a craft room? And then I said, can I start filming videos just once a week? Can I just go in there once a week and put up a YouTube video? And I said, and the reason I had to ask him, because it meant I had to replace my craft stuff. Like I had to replace my Cricut. I had to replace my stamps, my inks. I had to replace everything. And he was like, he knew I needed it because coming home was going to be a slow process. And for me, that was hard because that meant I was going to have it was September when this happened. So I had a whole Christmas without home, all that kind of stuff. And he knew if he didn't do something, I know he knows me. Like I used to have to make something. Y'all know, you get stressed out, you need to make something. And that's how I was. So he was like, yes, you can do it. And that's where it started, in my little 4x6 closet with an extension cord for power because there was no plugs in there.
Yep.
And he let me do it that way.
Someone asked, where did you get the name Maymay?
My nephew Thomas, who is actually, for those of you who don't know, if you're that new, you won't know this. My two oldest sons are Vince's from a previous marriage. My two younger sons are my nephews, my brother's children, and I've had them. I've had Jared and Josh. Jared was 11 when he came to live with us. Josh was 6. Yeah. Thomas was 5 and Joe was 2.5 when they came to live with us. Not at the same time, at different times. We got Jared and Josh first, and then Thomas and Joe second. Thomas, when he was tiny, could not say Aunt Amy, and it came out Maymay, and it was cute, and I loved it because his father, my brother Billy, could not say Aunt Maisie. I had an aunt named Aunt Maisie, and he couldn't say that. He said Maymay. But my Aunt Maisie had passed away before Thomas was ever born. So when Thomas called me Maymay, it was very emotional for me, and it stuck. And once he called me Maymay, everybody started calling me Maymay. And so Maymay Made It came from my niece Lydia was wearing something I had made for her, a hair bow or a necklace or something. And we were at church, and someone said to her mother, where did you get that thing for her, whatever she was wearing? And my sister-in-law said, her Maymay made it. And we had been trying to think of a YouTube channel name. Yep. And I went, what? And she said, she looked at me, she said, I said, her Maymay made it. And I went to Vince and I said, I got the channel name. It's Maymay Made It. That's it. And it worked. So anyway, that's how it happened. So I love our story, and I'm very blessed, and I want y'all to know that I'm aware of the blessings. And I'll tell you something, you guys are as much a blessing as...
Oh, amen.
Like, of all the things that we got from this, our extended family of friends, crafters, and prayer warriors, right? I was praying for y'all this morning, and I'm just like, thank you, God, for the people you bring into our path. Thank you for their love and their grace, and for realizing that we're human. That's the other thing. We're just human. We're going to have good days and bad days. Some of our live shows are going to be not good, and some of them are going to be good.
Kathy Champion said, Maymay, I watched your first video out of that closet, and you inspired me more than you'll ever know.
That's sweet, Kathy. You're so sweet. Do you remember the first video?
I don't know.
You will. Now I'm crying too.
Right. It was the orange slices. That's right.
Because Vince goes, what kind of videos are you going to do? Like, who's going to want to know? Because for him, the stuff I did was just every day. I just did it. And so he said, what are you going to film? And I said, well, the first thing I want to do is orange sliced pumpkins. And he was like, now I have made those for my children until it changed at schools and we couldn't send candy like we could and everything. I made those for my children every fall. That was a thing. We did we did orange slice pumpkins, right?
Yep.
And I'm like, I think people will like them. And I've looked on YouTube and I don't see them anywhere. And he was like, okay. And it still to this day doesn't have very many views. I don't think it does. But it's funny. It's so cool. And gee, is Gareth here right now? Did I just see them say hello to Gareth? Where's my chum?
There he is.
Hey, chum. Let me tell you something. I met Gareth. Gareth can tell you dates. I'm the worst. I want to say it was 2014. It might have been 2013. He'll have to tell me. But we met online because we both met because of another crafter. And he and I hit it off. And he is so instrumental in everything Maymay. I know he's in the background right now. He's going through some health issues. He's going to get, he is not gone from us. He is still like, it's so funny. The other day, Amanda was asking me a question about a product we were sending out. And she said, I know Gareth gets it. I'm like, yes, what Gareth wants, right? And because he has done so much for me. I would not have Facebook without him. I wouldn't have a store without him because he encouraged me so much. And, he's just amazing. He even worked in the store from England. He did stuff for me in the store from England online. And so Gareth is a big part of this too. What year was it, Gareth? 2014. I was right the first time, 2014.
Amanda tagged the video.
How many views has it got, y'all? Let's laugh about it. I think it's funny. Let's laugh. Anyway, so Gareth has been, he is still a rock for me because if there's somebody that I can just text and go, here's the thing about Gareth. He gets YouTube, he gets crafting, he gets the community. And when I need to vent about something, he gets it. I don't have to explain to him why I feel this way about something. He just gets it. And that's awesome. He's my bud. Yep. Now, we don't chat as much anymore. And the biggest reason is because my time frame, when I have time to chat, it's midnight in the UK. Like when I sit down at 6 o'clock at night, it's midnight. And then I don't want to text him because I don't want to wake him up, which I usually wouldn't wake him up. But then he would text me the next morning, and his morning for me is the middle of the night for me. So
they say 5,400 views.
That's so funny. That's so funny. Because now when I post a video, it gets about that many in a few days. Isn't that funny?
It is.
That also goes to show you people don't go back and watch old videos. I think it's funny. So, you are family, Gareth. You are. Gareth's so much family that when I have family news, I contact Gareth to tell him family news.
Yep, that's right.
He knew about Sam before. He knew about Addie before that's how it was. When I knew Addie was coming, Gareth is family. He had to know. And he's the same with me.
Yep.
Well, the orange slice one was the one out of the closet. It was in the closet too. And I think, did I do a tour of the closet? I need to go back and watch. I don't know if I should or not. I'll be emotional watching it. But I think I've done a tour of every craft room. So.
Yeah, that would be crazy if you did a tour of that. I'm sure you did, though.
I'm sure I did. I know I did the Crafter's Confidential tag with Melody out of there because I remember watching the background. And no. It wasn't that one I did out of there. I did the 7 Deadly Sins of Crafting tag. It was the 7 Deadly Sins of makeup, but we turned it into crafting.
G said you did a tour.
Oh, I got to go watch it.
Tamitha says she's seen all the videos about 5,000 times.
God bless Tamitha. Okay, listen. The other day, this is no joke. The other day we had a customer ask a question about one of my projects, about what size I did something or what product it was, and I couldn't remember. And Amber and I were up front going through videos, and I said, look, just message Tamitha. I was like, Tamitha will know because she will go through a video and find the answer for folks. So she's been through them who knows how many times. So funny. So this was fun. I'm glad that we, first video of Maymay I saw was the Alabama Man Cave tree. Really, G? Wow. That's because he's a Christmas fanatic like I am. Or Crimbo, as he would call it. So this has been fun. I'm glad we got to have this time where we got to talk about this stuff because it lets us go down memory lane and helps me remember just exactly how much I love what we do and how blessed we are. So you remember, Polly remembers This Crafty Life Live.
Yeah.
We still own that domain name because we keep saying it's coming back, but she's busy and I'm busy and her path has gone different than my path where hers is more cricket, but it doesn't matter. We had a good time doing that.
Yeah.
By the way, have I told y'all that Tamitha is back in a capacity? I want to tell you this. So Tamitha's not back in chat, okay? But she is moderating comments for me on YouTube. And she is now the head administrator in both of my Facebook groups. So did I, and Hide His Word in My Heart. She's over both of those. And I cannot tell you the blessing that is, because if anybody knows Facebook and my social media, Tamitha does. She has studied it, and she knows how to do it, and it has been so nice. And her offering her time, because she left to find a job to help support the family with benefits. Her offering her time to do this for us has been huge. I cannot even tell you. When she officially came back, I promise you, Amanda just went like this. Because
we all did.
Shannon was learning and had to lean on Amanda so much for that. And Amanda's so busy too. Tamitha being back in that capacity. So if you have questions and you see her answering, it's amazing. She even messaged me. Let me tell you how good she is. You don't even know this. She messaged me the other night and she said, there was a comment made on one of the videos that I wish I had seen before someone else saw it, and I didn't, so I didn't take it down early enough. And she said to me, if you'll make me a moderator on the other channels, your Product Parade and Vinny's Vittles, I'll watch those comments too. I mean, come on, that's just super nice.
Mm-hmm.
Super nice. We love her, and she never went away from our family. She just went away from the public part of the family. She was always with us in the background, so. All right. Is that everybody that's back? Yes, right?
Yeah. So don't forget to watch Vinny's Vittles Saturday morning at 11 o'clock. If you haven't subscribed, do so. We're continuing the 5-ingredient recipes, and this week it is a Cajun smoked sausage Alfredo, and it is very good. And if you don't like Cajun spices, all you have to do is remove the Cajun spice, and it's just a delicious smoked sausage Alfredo.
Thank you, Jolene. Jolene said, Maymay, I love your videos. My kids watch YouTube and I thought it was the worst thing in the world until I found your channel in December. Now I watch every week. Cindy says, isn't it funny how that house fire brought so many blessings to all of us? I know it was so hard, but God brought you through and blessed us all. That house fire was absolutely God's plan. Absolutely.
Do you ever think back about what Ricky said?
Isn't
that interesting?
Because I don't really... I remember when he said it to me. Tell him what he said, because it is interesting. He said it to you.
We have a really good friend that owned a Chinese restaurant in Montgomery, and we frequented there several times a week because it was right around the corner from our house when we lived in Montgomery. And so when we would come back home to Montgomery, we would still try to go eat lunch there or something, or dinner sometimes. And he said... when he found out about the house fire, he said, what a blessing. And I was like, what? And he said, a fire is purifying in his faith. And he said, so this will be the greatest year of your life as you start over with a fresh new fire. And it was pretty cool.
Garrett's coming back to YouTube in September.
Oh, awesome.
I'm so excited, G. I saw somebody say that and I had to look it up. Somebody asked about... I love that. So one of the things that Lacey's coming back to do is graphic design for merch. You guys are asking. I know. I'm so late to the game. Everybody wants like Maymay t-shirts and Vinny stuff. You want Vinny things you can get and stuff like that. I get it. We're just late to the game. But wouldn't it be funny if because somebody said no flying biscuits. Wouldn't it be funny if you had a apron that the theme was flying biscuits?
Oh, you got to have that.
That would be so funny. Wouldn't y'all love that? I would love that. So that's one of the things we'll work on.
Is there any one thing you still had that you had before the fire?
Yes, there is. Really, it's the only thing that I have. So my grandmother, my mother's mother, made ceramics, and she passed away when I was 16. And at one point in time, we had a mother-daughter retreat for all of my family, the mothers and daughters of my family. And something the mothers did, which was the most special thing ever, was they had a piece of ceramic that my grandmother had made for them. And we had a night where it was almost like a ceremony where they passed that ceramic piece down to their daughter. So we had a piece of grandma too. Ooh, I'm going to lose it. Y'all, I can't talk about Grandma Dobbs.
Yeah, I knew that was going to get you.
But that night we sat around the fire and, y'all, seriously, mamas would stand up. My aunts and mama stood up and told a story about the piece that they had gotten from Grandma and why and when. And we didn't know this was happening, so we were blubbering messes. The daughters didn't have a clue, and so they would pass that down to us. And that was so precious. And that piece, it's a Santa Claus head, which no one sees anymore. I'll tell you why. It's a Santa Claus head, and it's a candy dish. And so the lid comes off. And my grandmother had a very distinctive way of, I can't talk about Grandma Dobbs lately. I've been having dreams about her and everything. But it had she has a very distinctive way of painting eyelashes. And it's very obvious in this piece. And so it means the world to me. Anyway, after the fire, we had gone to my mama's house that night. And nothing really matters, y'all. Stuff and things don't matter. It's the sentiment that matters, not the stuff or the thing. But that particular thing Grandma made with her hands, and my grandpa also was part of that. So anyway, we sat there all night and nothing even bothered us or anything. It might have been, it was the next morning, maybe on the way back to the house. And I said, Grandma's candy dish. And Vince knew what that dish meant to me, and he just said, "I'm so sorry." And there's nothing we could do, because if you hadn't heard our story about our house fire, the attic burned into the top layer burned into the main layer, and it landed in our closet. This is very important. You know this. I used to wrap this every Christmas. I would wrap this guy up at the end of the season, this candy dish, and I would put it in the top of my closet. It did not go in packages it didn't go in tubs downstairs. It was in my closet, which I thought was the safest spot. So when the ceiling fell in, it all fell into my closet. So without saying anything, we get to the house the next day, and Vince heads up there were some firemen, volunteer firemen. It was actually a couple who met us at the house because they wanted us to see if we could get anything out. It was so nice of them, but we weren't allowed to go in there without somebody with us because we didn't know where to step and what to do and all that. So they met us there, and Vince heads off with the gentleman, and the lady takes me into the garage because some of the firemen the night before had pulled my jewelry box down and stuff that looked would hold expensive stuff. They pulled it downstairs for us to go through the next day. So Vince went up with him, and I didn't know what they were doing. So a few minutes later, here he comes down the back way, and he's holding something and crying. And I didn't know why he was crying. And I was like, "What's wrong?" And he said, "The candy dish made it." And I said, "What?" And he said, "There's not a scratch on it."
There wasn't.
And he had gone, is that what you had gone looking for?
Yeah.
And he went into that closet and he found it and brought it out, and there it was. And the only thing that was damaged on it was soot filled. It was just black. And so I gather it up and I take it back to Mama's that night because we did some stuff at the house. I take it back to Mama's and I show Mama, and she cries because of all the things that made it. And it's ceramic, y'all. And it's ceramic from like the 60s, maybe the 50s. I don't know when she made it. It would be on the back. I need to look. Might be the 70s. Could have been the 70s. Anyway, I cleaned it up, and somebody told me to put baking soda in it. So I crammed it full of baking soda, put the little lid on it, put it into a Tupperware container because I was told to do that, and left it. Well, we finally get back home, and we're moving in and blah, 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 and Mom gives it to me. So don't forget this. So I get it from her. And I take it out. The smell is gone. Everything's fine. But now it's in a box in my pantry, and I don't take it out because I don't want it damaged. So I don't even bring it out, which is so silly. I need to bring it out so I can enjoy it. There's the story. It's a long story, but you had to hear all the backstory too because it didn't make sense. So that's what survived.
It doesn't upset us to talk about that. It's just a sentimental thing.
It doesn't upset me. It's tears of joy and sentiment. It's just sentiment. It's not stuff and things. I do not miss anything in that house. I don't miss anything in that house. Now, it was weird moving. It was weird because we rebuilt in the same spot in virtually the same house. Virtually. There were a couple things we did different because our contractor said, "Look, if I were you," because we wanted the same house. He even said to us, "You can build anything you want as long as your insurance covers it." And I was like, "I just want my house back." And he was like, "Well, let's just build your house." And I'm like, "We can do that?" He's like, "Yeah, he took our specs from the insurance lady who had gone in and done all that stuff and drew our house out." And he said, "But when we do it, let's change the things you don't like." So he went in and tweaked the stuff we didn't like that we'd been living with all those years. So we had the same house with the things we like, but it was weird moving back into that house where the floor plan is virtually the same. So you'd open a cabinet thinking something was in that cabinet, and that's not it's not there anymore. Mm-hmm. So that was weird. But other than that, look, There were so many blessings from that fire. So those deer heads, the stag heads, Gary said. There were so many blessings from that fire. Two of the biggest blessings were Thomas and Joe were not home that night. That was, for me, I think that was the biggest blessing because Thomas and Joseph especially is a homebody, and his home matters to him. Yep. And even to this day, home matters to Joe. And had he watched the fire, I think this is how God knows. God knew he didn't need to be there that night. And Thomas too. And I really believe that was one of the biggest blessings. And the second blessing was, Josh and I had a pretty rocky relationship as a stepmom and a son. And, God just fixed that right there, right then and there. And we have never been closer. And my son said to me one time, Mama, if I had to go through that fire again to have what we have now, I'd do it all day long. And I said, me too, son. So there you go.
Yep.
The blessings. God, this is what I want to tell you. There's a song. It says, God will make this trial a blessing, though it sends you to your knees, though your tears flow like a river, yet in him there's sweet release. There's no need to get discouraged, and there's no need to talk defeat. God will make this trial a blessing, and the whole wide world will see. And that's exactly our testament from that. That's it. And I'm grateful he allowed us to do that. So, lots of other, I see questions. Yes, we were home, Kathy. Actually, Vince fired down the house, by the way. My niece asked Vince. They would come to the house to see it when it was being rebuilt. And she said, Maymay, what happened to your house? And I said, well, Uncle Vince, I think I said Uncle Vince did it. I think I just said it like that. And she said, Uncle Vince, why did you fire down Maymay's house?
Yep.
Oh, it was so funny. Josh does need a hug. Kathy, you want to volunteer? Josh needs a hug. No, and I know you're going to ask this question. I'm going to tell you real quick, and then we'll be done. What happened was, because I know a lot of people are new and they want to know how the fire happened. I would want to know too. I'm that person. Vince and the boys had been cooking on the back porch. They were grilling out, and they were frying French fries in a fish fryer. Okay? When they got done, they thought they turned the heat all the way off. That, you turn it off. The propane. They thought they turned it off and walked away. Instead, they only turned it to low, or I guess as far down as it would go, but not click off.
Yeah.
And we went inside, we ate dinner, we watched a football game, and at halftime, this is what, I guess it was 2 hours or longer. Yeah. At halftime, Josh turns to look at Vince, and he goes, Dad, look at the back door. And our back door, we have French doors on the back. They're there again today where they were. One of them was amber from the floor to the ceiling. Like, I've never seen anything like this. Like, the wood had turned amber. And Vince ran to that door and opened it. And the fire had started in the propane tank because the oil, they left the oil there to cool off. Like, they just left it there. But instead of cooling off, the heat kept it going until it caught on fire. And then the oil rolled over the edges and just, it was an accelerant fire at that point. So that's how it happened. No one did it on purpose. And the little insurance inspector guy, thought that the propane tank might have been faulty. I don't believe it was. I think y'all just didn't turn it all the way down. And he never found anything to say it was, but he was pretty convinced it was faulty. But we don't think it was. I think it was just an accident. So anyway, there you go. So now we don't have propane. We never have propane in our house, but I'm anti-propane. So Vince cooked. That's why we have electric eyes everywhere.
Yeah, we don't have any gas in our home anymore.
And when we were rebuilding our house, they kept going, you need a gas stove. I'm like, nope. I want old electric eyes. I want to know where. I just need that. Makes me happy. It's just one of those things. So.
Yep.
All right. I'm not looking at any comments. Although I did see Kathy say I threw you under the bus.
For years. That's what she said.
I love it.
For years.
I love it. Vinny fire. I just love when Lydia said, Uncle Vince, why did you fire down Maymay's house? Yeah. Where she got fired down from, I don't know. So we love you guys. I hope you've enjoyed today. It's been fun chatting with you. It's fun to kind of get back to the old. And I think you agree about the vault. I think we are going to do the vault. I would love to bring some new stuff out based off the old stuff. And we'll trickle it in. We'll trickle it to the vault. And maybe our first vault sale will be next year. There won't be a reason to do it anytime soon. So we could do it next year. So, all right. Did I forget any announcements? I don't think I did. We don't have much going on right now. Oh, I did forget an announcement. The next Craftique sale. I did forget that.
I didn't know if you were going to bring that up today or not.
We have been prepping for the Craftique sale. We have a lot of stuff.
Yeah, it's probably 2 shows worth.
So I need you guys, if you haven't already, go to Facebook to our Maymay Made It page on Facebook. Somebody will probably link it in a second. Like the page. So you can get notification when we do our Craftique sale. When we nail down the date and time, I'll do a graphic over there to let you guys know. But the Craftique sales are so fun. It's almost like an auction kind of thing. It's not an auction, but it feels like that. They're so fun. And this one is going to have every kind of crafty thing. Because I've told you guys before, what we do is when we have ones or twos, or we have things that are discontinued and we don't have enough to put them online, they just kind of get put on a shelf. And so these are the kind of things we'll be pulling out in the Craftique sale. So you don't want to miss it. If you don't know what Craftique is, it's a sale we do over on our Maymay Made It Facebook page. So go check that out. Not in a group. Some of you guys were confused last time. It's not in a group. It's on our main Facebook page so everybody can participate. Let me let her put that link up. I bet she's looking for it. Thank you, Janelle. That's so sweet. What is that right there?
I messed up.
What'd you do?
I unmessed myself up. I was trying to do something and I did it to the wrong person. So anyway.
Oh, you did you delete it?
Well, I blocked it and then I unblocked it.
Delete it.
I don't know how to delete it.
Damn it, block his comment. Not him though. Thank you, Cindy. Cindy, did you get my last email? Because I haven't heard back from you.
I'm sorry, Kathy. I didn't mean to do that.
Did you get my get a better chair? Did you get my last email? I don't know if you did or not. Yay, Tammy got her stopper topper. That's cool. All right, guys. There it is. There's the link to the Maymay fan page. Click on that and then go like the page, and then we can you can be part of that. You'll get information whenever we do the Craftique sale. So we're gonna head out. We love you guys. I hope you had fun today chatting with us. And until next Thursday when we'll be live again, y'all have a great one. Bye.